Today, the area north of Massachusetts Avenue in Washington, D.C., better known as NoMa, is thriving with activity and business. This wasn't always the case, though. In fact, only recently has NoMa changed.
5 to 10 years ago, this was really sort of a wasteland, to be honest.
Elizabeth Price is the president of NoMa's Business Improvement District. NoMa BID was created to revitalize the struggling and undeveloped community.
If you looked around where we are today, you would have seen parking lots, empty buildings, absolutely no new development, no investment, very little street life.
That changed 10 years ago when a new metro station was put in NoMa. Jamie Brätt is the Planning and Economic Development Manager at NoMa BID.
The really interesting story here is something that gets talked about a lot in the circles of urban planning and kind of smart growth, which is the relationship between transit and land use.
In 1999, private developers approached the federal and district governments, proposing to put a new transit station in NoMa. Never had a private company contributed to a metro station in Washington. The private sector put up the first $25 million for the land and station, and a three-way agreement was made. By November of 2004, the New York Avenue Metro was up and running, opening the doors for the future of NoMa.
Current economic development, NoMa is very much the success story of the New York Avenue Metro Station, which was the very first infill station in the metro system.
It's the only station within the metro system that has been built that is an infill station. So it's not extending the system on its edges further and further out into the suburbs. It's actually creating the station between two existing stations. So it was never planned.
NoMa has since become the home to new residencies, media outlets like CNN, government agencies like the Department of Education, and restaurants including Five Guys and Uptown Cafe. 3 years after the New York Avenue Metro opened, the NoMa Business Improvement District was created.
BIDs are nonprofit organizations that are funded by property owners within a certain geographic area.
NoMa BID was created by the D.C. City Council and approved by the mayor in March of 2007.
In general, BID's missions are to support neighborhood revitalization through service provision like clean and safe services, keeping the sidewalks and streets clean, helping to promote public safety, marketing the area, promoting events and local businesses.
The BID began tracking all development and leasing activity in the area and became a one-stop shop for people in the public and private sector looking for new development opportunities.
We've had 10 to 12 new restaurants and cafes open in 2 years. CVS is opening, banks are opening. So we're building really a very, downtown-like, a mini downtown here in this part of Washington.
It's great for the district because what this means is what we call net new revenue that didn't exist before. So instead of just shuffling it around and saying, well, it used to be in the East End, but now it's somewhere else, we're actually creating new growth and new jobs and new housing units.
The new business model of NoMa has been a catalyst for better culture in the area, too. The BID tracks crime reports on a monthly basis, and since 2007, crime in the area has dropped by over 50%.
We've had, 8 million square feet of new buildings built in that time, so that means there's just a lot more people here, working here, both in construction, and then once the buildings are here, there are more people living and working here and walking the streets, and that just gives it a vitality that displaces folks that might want to come here to do the wrong thing.
The BID is working in conjunction with the Gospel Rescue Ministry, a social service agency, to provide jobs that help keep NoMa streets clean.
They provide employment opportunities for the many times formerly homeless individuals to work in our BID on a daily basis, picking up trash and keeping the neighborhood clean. And so we subcontract that work through them.
NoMa BID also has 5 ambassador staff members who work to do community outreach for those property owners, residents, and working employees of NoMa.
They are full-time employees, but they're mostly out in the field. They're meeting with our employees and residents, giving out information, giving directions, keeping their eyes and ears out for any safety concerns. They're really our kind of concierge on the street to problem solve and troubleshoot anything that needs to be taken care of.
They're also doing community events to build connections with their residents. Tyler Miller is a marketing administrative assistant for NoMa BID. He helps plan and organize those events.
We have done NoMa Summer Screen for the past 3 years, and it's basically an outdoor movie series. We have barbecue, and there's a free DJ. People come beforehand and hang out. This past summer, we also launched Rhythm in NoMa, which is a lunchtime concert series. So our office population got to enjoy that. As they're mostly new here, we're trying to get them out and really enjoy the neighborhood.
The future for NoMa includes over 8 million square feet of planned development, more community outreach events, and a business model that is helping to revive a community within the nation's capital.
I'm literally looking out my window right now, which is an office building, and I'm looking at a Harris Teeter sign, and then I'm looking at a Capital Bike Share station where, people can bike across the city. And above that is, 400 residential units, and I'm sitting in an office building. So that's what NoMa is. And if we could see through this building, we would see the metro station. So that, to me, is what sums up what NoMa is all about.
To learn more about NoMa and the NoMa Business Improvement District, visit nomabid.org. You can also follow NoMa Bid on Facebook and Twitter to see what new plans they have for the future. Thanks for listening. I'm Nicholas Garlow.